Hey, what's up? It's Davis back with another video, and today we're diving into why you should rethink drinking alcohol. And this isn't going to be your typical video bashing alcohol just on why it's bad for your health, things like that. We're going to get into all sorts of reasons why you shouldn't drink alcohol and how it's actually negatively affecting your day-to-day life if you do choose to do so. So stick with me, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you're ready for some real talk, and let's dive into the video. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, which I don't think is talked about enough with alcohol, is how it creates a false sense of confidence. So you know that buzzed feeling that you have when you're out to the bar, maybe it gives you that sense of courage, maybe you're trying to ask out that girl or something, and when you're 5 drinks in, it just makes it that much easier. Well, in my opinion, that's not a good thing because it's an artificial sense of confidence. I think that relying on just alcohol to make you more confident is a very slippery slope because it's not allowing you to build that foundation of what is organically going to give you that confidence. Real confidence is built through grinding, hard work, and just putting yourself out there organically. It's not through alcohol. So if you are somebody watching that is one of those people that goes out and has to drink just to feel like you can be more loose and be yourself, so if that is someone that's you, I would do some reflecting and try and work on that. The other thing that I found is that drinking alcohol on a regular basis tends to lead you to gravitate towards making friendships and hanging out with other people that also engage in regular use of alcohol. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have alcohol on an occasional basis and still be a good friend or be a good person that's worthy of hanging out with, but as a general rule of thumb, I think this usually leads you towards hanging out with people, and more importantly, in environments that are destructive to your overall growth and benefit as a human being. My main point being is that your inner circle and the people that you spend the most time with is too important and too impactful with you to let alcohol solely determine who those people are that you're hanging around with. Now, before we go any further into the video, if you're finding value with this and you can relate to this to any extent, make sure to hit the subscribe button below and make sure that you don't miss any future videos like this. Now we're going to get into one of the more interesting things that I have on this list, which is why does drinking even seem cool in the first place? Think about it. Ads, movies, music videos, they all push this vibe that alcohol equals fun and status and all of these things. But I believe that it's just a big setup. Big alcohol is raking in billions of dollars off of you going to the store and buying that 12-pack of beer or whatever just because you think that that alcohol is going to directly relate into having the fun time that they promote in all of their advertisements. I think right now in 2025, if you truly want to be a rebellious person, then don't drink at all. It is much more rebellious to go to your friends or somebody that wants to get you to drink and tell them no, that I'm being sober, than to cave into the peer pressure and go to that party or get wasted or any of those sorts of things. Again, I'm not saying that just because you're drinking alcohol doesn't mean that you can't have fun at the same time, but what I'm trying to come across is that alcohol is not the sole function around having fun, meaning that the reason that you're having fun while drinking alcohol is because of the other things that are going around, not just the alcohol. Up next, we have a fairly obvious one, which is just the price of alcohol itself. Drinks are not cheap, as you may know if you drink on a regular basis. And it's not just the drinks itself, but it's the lifestyle that drinking sort of provides. For example, when you go out on a Saturday night and you're drinking with the guys, well, you're probably not just gonna have the drinks. You're gonna go out to a bar, you're gonna have some food, you know, you're gonna have that 2 a.m. Taco Bell when you get back. It's all things like that that add up. And unless you're making a lot of money, that can really add up over time. If you're spending $50 a week, you know, going out and partying, that's over $200 a month that, you know, if you would have invested that, you know, into a savings account or something, that could have significantly benefited you down the line. Another thing about alcohol that a lot of people don't realize is how much of a roadblock it is to losing fat. I know so many people that live almost flawlessly Monday through Friday. They work out, they stick to their diet, and then on the weekends they go out and party, they drink, and they just neglect all of the progress that they made through that 1 week. Most beers have around like 100 calories, some more. So I mean, if you're drinking 6-7 of those a night, that's 700 calories, and then they usually don't adjust the rest of their diet accordingly. So now all of a sudden, you know, a couple nights of drinking a week, they're plus 1,500 calories in their budget. Well, that's almost like a whole pound of fat that they just gained through drinking, when a lot of people don't realize it. This next one is mostly towards men, which shouldn't really matter, because actually I did some analytics on my audience, and 99.8% of you guys are male apparently. So if you're the 0.2% of women watching this, you can just disregard this. But that is that alcohol very negatively impacts your testosterone levels. And most people think that, oh, well, that wouldn't happen unless, you know, I go on like a crazy bender, have like 15 drinks, get blacked out drunk, and that's actually not the case. Even just a few drinks of alcohol can decrease your testosterone levels quite a bit, at least temporarily. And for those of you who don't know, testosterone is responsible for having muscle mass, your energy levels, your libido, and just overall less drive to do things. And the last point that I want to make is that alcohol is a huge opportunity cost. For example, you're out Friday night, you're hanging out, drinking, out late. Well, guess what? That first part of that Saturday is not going to be productive at all. You're probably going to be hungover to some extent. You're going to sleep in. You're not going to get the stuff done that you need to be doing. So a lot of people look at it as, well, I was just out Friday and I just had fun Friday night. But there's actually a carryover with that a lot of people don't take into consideration. I've found that focusing on things that make me feel more fulfilled as a person and give me more of a sense of purpose ultimately make me feel better and have more fun in the long run than chasing this short-term happiness in drinking alcohol and going out to parties and things like that. So there it is. There's 7 reasons that you should ditch alcohol and not drink anymore. Let me know in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on this video, if you agree with any of them, if you disagree, or if you would add some other things to the list. So if this resonated with you at all, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and like this video. That will help me out a lot. And I will catch you guys next week.